I wonder if they knew what they were in for, those disciples in our reading. I wonder if they understood what they were saying yes to. Come, follow me, Jesus says to them. They were people who fished for a living in a region that was on the border, in a land where many Gentiles lived. I think they knew some things about Jesus. They probably had heard him speak. They heard his reputation. They knew a few things about him, certainly. But when he said, "Come, follow me," did they know where they were going? Did they have any idea of what was in front of them? Did they have a clue all the ways that their life would change? Peter and his brother drop their nets and follow. James and John leave the mending of nets and their father. I wonder what their father thought, Zebedee. Did he think, what am I going to do now? My boys are gone. I have no one to run my business. Or did he have other sons that were going to keep on running the business? Or did he think this is foolish? Or did he think, yay? They're following Jesus. Invitations come to us all the time, don't they? Invitations to follow, invitations to do things, invitations to participate in things, and we don't always know where it's leading and where it's going and how it's going to work out. When our sexton first came to be with me, I had to get used to a habit of his, and I asked him if I could tell you about this. He has a habit of coming and finding me, and he will look at me in very serious face mode with very serious tone and say, "Would you come with me, please?" And I get up and go. I don't have a clue in the building where we are headed or what he's going to show me. And my mind races back and forth between what new property management problem is he going to show me now? And all of the folks on property management are going, yeah, we know. We get the emails afterwards. Or is he going to show me something that is working out better than expected? Or something that I asked him to do so that I can see that it's done? I don't know where I'm going, but I follow to discover what is going to happen. It happens to you, right? Not like that, but you might be in a building that you don't know and you say to someone, "I'm looking for such and such a meeting." And you thought it was that way. And the best trained hospitality people today, I'm told, don't give us directions, but take us there. I hear that's the current gold platinum seal. And so they say, "Okay, follow me." And they start walking, and they go, and they go, and they take you to a place, and you had no idea that was where you were supposed to go, or how to get there, or what was going to happen. It happens to us. You're elected an elder or a deacon, and you think you know what you're in for. But then it starts to unfold, and it's not quite the future we envisioned. When I was elected moderator of the presbytery, I remember being in a meeting. It's one of those things that will stand out in my memory. I remember being in a meeting where two people are sitting there, and I am in the conversation, but one of them is saying to the other, "I don't think he knows what he's getting himself into," meaning me. And the other says, "Oh yeah, I think he does. He's been around the presbytery for a long time. He knows exactly what he's getting into." And the other says, "No, I don't think he knows at all." And they're talking about me, and I'm thinking, I'm right here. And most of the time I thought knew what I was getting into, but boy, I had no idea the ride I would be on. We don't know sometimes when we say yes to following Jesus on some new journey of our faith. We don't know where it is that Jesus is calling us. And I think that was true for the disciples, those 4 fishermen that were called. They had that sense of, they thought maybe they knew. There's a lot of scholarship that suggests that they thought the Messiah would be a particular kind of Messiah, a Messiah that would be political and powerful, that would cast out the Roman oppressors, that would reestablish the kingdom of David. And that was their hope. And maybe that was what they were expecting. They thought the future would be that. And maybe that's how Zebedee could rejoice. My sons are part of the revolution, going to cast off this oppressor. So I wonder if that's what they were expecting, and that's an if. I wonder what happened to them when they started the journey with Jesus. The healing and the teaching, good. The proclamation of being set free, good. I will be arrested and tortured and crucified, and after 3 days rise from the dead. No, Lord, never. Not what we signed up for, not what we expected. That's not what our idea of the Messiah is. How did they keep following once they knew that, once they heard that? How did they keep going into Jerusalem, knowing that the authorities were looking for them? How did they keep going when the whole journey took a left turn and was going somewhere that they never expected? Trust. Confidence in who Jesus is my supposition. Having someone, to use Rita's story, sitting beside them named Jesus. Sure, they have their moments where they run away and hide. Sure, they have their moments where they are scared, but they come back, or Jesus finds them more correctly. And isn't that the way it is? We get scared, we get overwhelmed, we get frightened, we want to run away and hide, and God comes and finds us. In this case, the resurrected Jesus comes and finds them and calls them again and gives them a mission again. And they trust again. The journey of our faith is a series of calls, isn't it? It is a series of new things being placed before us and taking us to places that we hadn't anticipated going. We don't know the map of the whole journey of our lives, of where all God is leading us and calling us. And Prospect Church as a community doesn't know that either. We're struggling and wrestling with all of that as a community. What is the future that God is calling Prospect Church to? Where are we going? How can we know the way? And the journey requires of us trust. Trust in Jesus. Trust in God. Confidence that God is the one who stands in the future, extending God's hand to us and saying, "Come. follow me. I know the way. I am the way. Walk with me. Now, our curriculum offered, at the end of the Connect Ed lesson for today, held up a song. It's written by Christine Baker. It's right out of nowhere. Kathy Mattea later recorded it. I never heard the song before this, so I can't take any credit for finding this. It's a song where she tells the story of several different people and their movement into the future in trust. One is a woman who packs up everything she has and heads off, and people wonder how long it will last. But she has courage and trust and opens her heart. One is the story of someone who made the decision in the past. It describes an old hippie who runs a junk store on a California beach. And it all changed for him when he opened his heart and trusted. God in Christ calls us into the future. We probably don't have any idea what it really is, although we might have some clues. But we go forward in trust, knowing that God meets us in the future. Let us pray. Loving God, you call us, come, follow me. Our fears, our anxieties, and much more holds us and binds us. Set us free. Open our hearts. Give us courage and love to reach out to you and to the future you are creating. Amen.